The World Health Organization has been handed over power to control how the U.S. handles public health emergencies. Coming up on Kristi Leigh's Daily Brief, find out how 2 states are fighting to keep that authority here at home. Meanwhile, 1 state is trying to remove the authority parents have over their own children's medical care. Election problems do not exist, of course. But learn how a machine malfunction in 1 state could change the outcome of an election months later. Plus, the hilarious reason Biden's army of IRS agents is hard to organize, and Lady Lockdown has suddenly stepped down. Starting today with taking our sovereignty back, Texas and Oklahoma are suing the Biden administration over a rule that unlawfully delegates authority to the WHO, according to Daily Caller. The states are accusing the Department of Health and Human Services of handing over the power to declare a public health emergency in the U.S. to the World Health Organization, according to a copy of the complaint. The plaintiffs say that a 2017 rule relinquishes HHS authority. They say by allowing the WHO to define what constitutes a public health emergency, it infringes upon the sovereignty of the states. Texas and Oklahoma petitioned in July for a repeal of the rule, a move the Biden administration denied. Now they're taking it to court. Biden's HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra extended the country's public health emergency over COVID-19 on January 11th. It's been in place since January of 2020. Meanwhile, the government wants to remove your parental rights. Blaze Media reports 12-year-olds could get vaccinated without parental consent under a bill proposed in Connecticut. Minors under the age of 18 cannot be vaccinated by a healthcare provider without parental consent, according to the Connecticut Vaccine Portal website. But the proposal put forward would rob parents of this authority. News 8 says parents are pushing back, and a poll on its website shows more than 90% oppose allowing kids as young as 12 to get a vaccine without parental consent. State Rep. Holly Cheeseman is raising the prospect of a scenario in which a person's child experiences an adverse reaction, but the parent does not know what has happened to the child. The CDC has recommended that everyone ages 6 months of age and older stay up to date with COVID-19 vaccination.
As a pediatrician, I have to speak to the health of our nation's children, and we are being asked to inject this product into our nation's kids who have essentially a 0% risk of harm. When I bring up with families that other reputable countries have banned this, they're stunned. They haven't heard this from our mainstream media.
Speaking of power-drunk totalitarian leaders, Lady Lockdown of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, suddenly announces her resignation. The Prime Minister says she will not seek re-election and will be stepping down next month. She made the surprise announcement at her Labour Party's annual caucus meeting, saying she just doesn't have enough in the tank to do the job. Coincidentally, in December, she was caught on a hot mic calling opposition leader David Seymour an arrogant. During the pandemic, Ardern imposed some of the strictest lockdown rules in the world. Now, we're frequently told this sort of thing doesn't happen, but whoops, a local race flips after investigation finds voting machine irregularities in New Jersey, according to Western Journal. A possible malfunction of the vote tabulation system in Monmouth County led to the double counting of votes in 6 voting districts in 4 municipalities. The New Jersey Globe reports it appears to have changed the outcome of a school board race in Ocean Township. The issue has been traced to equipment supplied by Election Systems and Software. The company's machines are used in about a third of New Jersey's counties. Meanwhile, a county in Arkansas is joining a growing number of localities turning against electronic voting machines and is going back to paper ballots. The Biden administration is marching forward with assembling its army of IRS agents, but there's been a hang-up. It's falling victim to hiring woes, according to the Washington Times. The Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration says it's been difficult finding candidates willing to accept the job and be able to pass the required background checks. The IRS has added thousands of customer service reps last year. 85% of calls went unanswered, and those that did go through were on hold for about a half an hour. So to sum up, states are fighting for our public health sovereignty, trying to take it back from the WHO. This while one state is trying to take sovereignty away from parents by allowing children to get vaccinated without parental consent. The lockdown-loving PM of New Zealand is stepping down. Election tabulators are totally reliable. until they're not, and they flip a New Jersey election. And get ready for more IRS agents as soon as there's enough who can pass their background checks. To learn more, be sure to go to AmericanFaith.com and subscribe to our daily newsletter. For American Faith, news you can trust, I'm Kristi Leigh.